Look what I've got! Super exciting. It's actually a late birthday present because I do have a December birthday. So let's see what it is. Whoops, it's actually upside down. Let me just turn it around. It was incredibly securely wrapped, so it didn't even matter if it was upside down or not. Let's unwrap the plants. There are two in there. Okay, so first off, we have a dormant pawpaw. It's like a little stick here. It's really shaking in the wind. Now we put it down and get a proper look at it. Now the reason I got it was because it says it's an improved seedling. So I'm hoping for great things. They're really hard to get a hold of here in the UK. And I do have 3 in one hole. So I want to plant this guy nearby. He's got a bit of dieback there on the tip. It's not ideal, but I'm sure he'll branch out further down. So a bit about him. His Latin name is Asimina Triloba, as you can see. He can grow up to about 5 meters tall here in the UK at least, and he produces bottle-shaped fruit of fine flavor, it says. He needs a moist, sunny position, and he has an early ripening parent, which is a good thing to know. So I think I want to put him onto a really, really sunny spot on my patio, and for that he needs to be in a pot. So I must sort that out. I'm going to get him soaking in a bucket of water and get him ready to pot up. But without playing favorites, this other one is the one that I really, really, really wanted and couldn't believe when I saw it was available. They only had 3 available. I got these from agroforestry, and when I saw it, I could not get it. It's also known as Peruvian pepper tree, or Californian pepper tree, or false pepper tree. Loads of different names, and it produces these beautiful pink peppercorns. He will definitely need repotting now as well. He's not completely hardy here in the UK, so we need some protection. I'm considering taking him inside, but on the other hand, I'd like to maybe put him in the greenhouse and just make sure he does not get frozen. He can take light frosts. He's evergreen too, which also means he's more tender. So I originally saw him in the south of France when visiting my sister. I just thought he was the most beautiful thing. Look at those leaves. So stunning. And then of course the berries themselves, the little peppercorns, the pink peppercorns, are so stunning, so tasty. They're not related to black pepper, the regular stuff we use. They have sort of a milder heat to them, and also like a hint of fruity sweetness. I really, really like them, and you can buy them commercially, like the actual peppercorns too. They are native to South America, which is probably why they're a little bit more tender, but I see them everywhere in the south of France, and they get some frosts there too. So mild frosts are okay. And so I think he could do okay in the greenhouse. It's an unheated greenhouse I have, a very small one. And I'll put him in a bigger pot and wrap the pot up as well. And that's give him some extra protection. Oh, I'm so happy to have him. When I originally saw them in the south of France, I just really, really wanted one. And I looked everywhere and they were not available for sale. Possibly because they're a little bit too tender for the UK climate. But that led to me finding Szechuan peppers. At the moment I have 2 Szechuan pepper trees. One of them is the actual Szechuan pepper. They got beautiful berries and they have a really interesting flavor to them. They sort of do a sort of little numbingness on the tongue. Really, really interesting and really flavorsome. They really pack a punch in heat, and they also have a nice lemoniness to them. And then the other Szechuan pepper tree I have, because there's actually quite a lot of them in that group, it's called the lemony peppercorn. And it flowers along the trunk, but it does it so late here in the UK that I've never actually had any proper ripe berries. So I have planted them in ground now. Both those trees are in ground because they're so hardy. They're fine to like minus 25 degrees Celsius, something like that crazy. So I'm hoping that now that they're both in ground, they'll just do better. This actual Szechuan pepper tree has done so well. It's really fruited a lot for me several times now. And we have these lovely dried berries, and you only eat the outside shell, the sort of pericarp. And then the actual black seeds that are there, they are flavorless and you don't eat them. They're really hard, but you can just grind the whole thing or just take the little shells away and use those, and that's what you grind up and make into a spice. So it's really a fun thing to do, really fun trees to grow. And now I've actually found this one and I was so excited to see that they are actually available. from agroforestry. And the reason I suddenly remembered them and looked for them again was actually because I saw this beautiful Christmas wreath at a Christmas market, and then I saw those clusters of dried pink peppercorns, and it reminded me, so I had a little look, and then I happened to see this one available. I don't know how long they take to start flowering and fruiting when grown from seed like this, but we'll see, I suppose. Time will tell. And I'm also not entirely sure how old this guy is either, but I imagine a year or two, perhaps. But I'm so excited to have him. So I want to get on with getting him potted up. They've been soaking for a while now, so let's take them out and get them potted up. Here's the pawpaw, look at that. Got a nice root system, and then the other one. It was really pot bound, so that is good. I've got a really nice big pot for it here. Good size up. Got lots of compost there, lots of well draining compost. A big huge mix, including some of my vermi compost too from my worm farm. And we'll just get them all settled in here. I've got a sort of very long, tall, skinny pot for the pawpaw. They don't like root disturbance, so I want to avoid that as much as possible. Just get him in there gently, and then leave him in there, and then repot him next year. Let's see how that goes. There they are, all potted up. I'm going to just try to squeeze them into the little greenhouse in there, find a little spot for them. And we'll see how they do. They're both safely inside my very overstuffed greenhouse. You can see got all kinds of really funny things in there. Some physalis, some African daisies even. All kinds of things are overwintering. So let's hope for the best. So far I've had a nice mild winter, and it would be really easier if we did continue to have that. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.